Jordy here for Cinecom.net and welcome to Creative Tuesday. But actually, it is Monday today. It's Christmas morning. We're making a video and that really shows again that I have the best girlfriend in the world. Today we are having a look at 5 tips to edit music in your project, and we want to thank Premium Beat for sponsoring this episode. Premium Beat is an online music library where you can purchase songs for commercial use. Now they have recently launched a brand new website which makes it even easier to find the track you need. And they've also brought out an app which we'll dive in a little bit deeper throughout this video. Now the first 2 tips that I have for you is a way to connect the parts with music better to the parts without. And that starts with a J or L cut on the music. When you have a silent music part, like here where I'm just talking to you guys, and then comes a part where you do want to use music, try to introduce that music already a little bit in the silence part. And that way you're slowly introducing the next scene, connecting it better together. Introducing music is called a J-cut, but you can also let it fade out if your subject starts talking again. It works the same way, and this is called an L-cut. Looking at the timeline in Premiere Pro, you can see the music fading in right here. This takes up a J shape, and where it's fading out, it takes up an L shape. And that is where the naming comes from. Now let's assume that you have multiple parts of these. You have someone talking, then an edit with music comes back someone talking, etc. After a while, the music becomes predictable and annoying. Whenever you do like to use the same song to retain the same mood, well, here's how to fix that. First of all, look for a song that has some variation. Faster parts, less instruments, vocal parts, etc. You can then use these parts solely every time that you cut to music, and that way it feels more like something new is being introduced, yet you retain that same song. The next 3 tips that I have for you are more creative, and we're going to start with the sudden break. If you want to emphasize something like a joke or a strong statement, you can suddenly drop off the music, show that part, and then go back to the music. What I like to do best is cut right on the beat or on the start of a new repeat. And that way, when the music starts again, you get pulled in instantly as the viewer.
Dumme.
I want to take a moment to thank Premium Beat for sponsoring today's video. They have recently launched a brand new website and also an app for iOS and Android users. And pretty cool about this app is that you can just start discovering new music on the fly. You can search music by genre, by moods, or just search the popular songs. But pretty cool as well here is this little function right here. You can kind of just discover new tracks. So just kind of open yourself to anything, hit start, and that will start playing songs. And right now you can say, well, I don't like this song, or I do like this song. So let's just say skip for this one. Maybe the next one is pretty cool. This one is cool. All right, let's just hit like on this one. So it's kind of a Tinder for music, which is pretty cool. Now, anyways, let's just like a few, dislike a few. Once you've kind of liked and disliked a few, you will find them back here in your favorites tab. Right here you can see all of those songs, and they synchronize with your account as well on premiumbeat.com, where you can purchase the songs or manage your favorites as well. So pretty cool. Definitely make sure to check that out, guys. Tip number 4, cut on the beat, but don't make it predictable. It's fun to add a fast cutting on the beat, but don't do that for too long. If the music stays at a high repetitive beat, you might want to look for something else to visualize that beat instead of a cut. This could be a footstep on the ground, someone clapping their hands, or a basketball hitting the ground if you are shooting a sports event. Every genre could have something visual like that. So let's have a look at an example and pay attention to how I cut on the beat, but also show visual actions on the beat to make the edits more surprising to the audience. You know, Now, sometimes I would pick out the song before I start shooting, and then I would listen to the music while I'm filming, and this way I can adapt my camera style to it, which makes it so much more fun to edit afterwards. Of course, this doesn't work for everything, but things like after movies or sports events do great. And this brings us to the last tip. Visualize playful strings. Sometimes you would hear a short creative piece in a song. Here's one example. Now you can use that as a playful element in your edit. If you have someone looking into the camera, making a funny face, you could use this shot under that part. It kind of feels the same as the instant music cut, where you go to a funny moment. You know, let's just have a look at an example to give you a better idea. Alright guys, that was it for this video. I hope that you've learned some new tips on how to use music in your edits, and I want to thank Premium Beat so much for sponsoring again this episode. Now we just had a nice Christmas morning walk, but now it's time to go to our families.
Thank you for watching and stay creative.